see. Let me go ahead and test this. Hopefully it is working. Yeah, working fine. So I wasn't really planning this, to be honest. So most likely, I don't think I'm gonna be getting a lot of viewers. What's up, man? So yeah, I was planning to do a video on Meteora because I've been making some money, some profit from it. So just wanted to just bring some explanation, basically what I have been doing, and hopefully you guys can learn a little bit from this. So if any of you end up with a question, just let me know. Hopefully we can learn something from this. By no means, I am no expert on this. I just started. Obviously, I do have some prior experience from LPing, but where I have been making some crazy amount of money is LPing meme coins. There is a crazy amount of money to be made. So just wanted to show you guys the process, how I do it, and hopefully you guys can learn one thing or two from it. But as usual, do your own research. Start small if you want to play with it. There is more than enough time for you to play. So you can start with $10, $5. There is really no minimum, just so you can understand the process and you can scale in, just like trading, right? So you start with $10, 100, 1,000, whatever the amount is for you. Because in the end, you might see myself or maybe someone else making, let's say, 30% on a position, and then you think that just because you saw one or two videos that is good enough, and then you add $1,000, and guess what? You lose 100% of it. So play, play it smart and start small, which is very important. So Meteora, this is a platform that is on Solana. Basically, you're adding some liquidity on different position so you can earn some fees or APY, which is interest on what you're adding, right? So you can add some Solana. We do have vaults, which is single-sided. So that means if you are using, let's say, just Solana or USDC, you guys can just provide that. And you're going to be earning some API, which is not a crazy amount. This is just 6% per year. Now, where it really gets crazy is the amount we can do from meme coins. So for example, this is one position that I took, this was yesterday, and I was using 386 bucks. You guys can see my P&L right here, which is almost 20%, which I made 74 bucks in 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours. So that means if I try to replicate the same P&L on Vault, I would need around 3 years for me to do the same amount. So definitely here, we can make a lot of money, but also we can lose it all. So let's go ahead and first start with this. So we have multiple options. As I said, we have Vault, Farms, LST pools. You guys know what is LST? It is, for example, liquid version of Solana, like Jito. But we are not going to be talking about them. Focus is on DLMM, which is Dynamic Liquidity Market Maker. And let me go ahead and show you guys one example right here. So we have Sol USDC. We have multiple pools. On these multiple pools, we have TVL. So that means the amount of money that there is in the pool. Oh, by the way, if audio is bad, video is bad, just let me know. So far, it looks everything is good. So yeah, TVL, the amount of money that there is in the pool. We have volume, so how much volume people have been, or the pool we have managed to be taken, and the 24-hour fee versus TVL. And then we have LMAPR, and this is just a bonus from other coins. So for example, if we're using something like Jito, USDC, usually there is an LMAPR, and that means just because Jito is a liquid version, you're gonna be earning a little bit more, but to be honest, it is something like 0.01%, so it doesn't really matter. Then we have the bin step and the fee. Fee means how much fees people are paying to swap their Solana to USDC or their USDC to Solana. So these are the fees that they're paying, and we are the one receiving that amount. So here's an example. So right here, I don't have liquidity added, but you guys can see that I have made 80 bucks from Solana USDC. But again, this is not a meme coin. This is obviously Solana, and the APR is not that crazy. Still, 80 bucks is pretty good, but I think I did that 80 bucks probably took me maybe a week or two to make that amount of money. So if we want to create a position, before we go into that, we can see the bin step, base fee, max fee. I think everybody can understand that. Protocol fee, which right now they're not charging. So that means Meteora is charging 0. We have 24 hours fees. So this pool generated $9,000. So that's where we make our money from this 9K. So let's go ahead and show you guys a position. So let's say that I want to create a position. We have a spot, curve, and bid. I'm just going to use any amount here. So if I do one, let's say 100, something like that. So we have spot. You guys can see that, for example, this would be for Solana. Each bin has a little bit of Solana, and every single time it drops to that price, people will be using my liquidity to fill their orders, buy or sell orders. You guys can also see the price right here, which is 144.28. On the other side, we have USDC. So basically, we would have $3 per bean. So every time it goes to that price, they're going to be using our liquidity, and we're going to be earning some fees based on that. Now, we can also change the range we want our money to be used. So for example, if I do it like this, close this, for example, like this, let me actually increase this. So let's say 147, or more or less 150, something like that. You guys can see the amount. So now it would be $7. And here the price. And this definitely, you guys can see it is obviously showing the current price that Solana is at the moment. So why you want to increase or decrease your price range is that if I do this and then close it. So previously we saw $7 per bean, but now it is $30 per bean because obviously we are using less beans per price and we're adding more funds into them. So that means if it goes to $143.59, then I'm going to be earning more money because I have 30 bucks into the bean or 25 bucks, whatever it is the amount, and I'm going to be earning more fees. Now, if I go and do this, my beans obviously get smaller and it would be 4 USDC. Hopefully that makes sense. What's up, kiddo? So far good. So that would be for spot. Then we also have the option for curve, which is, for example, let's say that I think that right here we have the biggest amount of transaction being taken. Then I can just use curve and it will be adding more funds in the middle and then less as it goes down on each side. Bid ask, it is just reverse. So less here and then more by the end. Now we also have the option. So let's say that Solana is at 147 bucks and you want to create a position, start buying Solana without you adding any USDC. You do have that option. So you can just remove the USDC as the price. For example, we have Solana. As the price goes up, it will start selling it for you. And obviously you're going to be earning some fees. So we do have the option to just create a one-sided. We also have curve, bid ask, and it would be the same. Now, if I remove this and let's say 150, so as the price goes down, I'm going to be purchasing Solana. I'm going to be entirely in Solana tokens. And obviously, I'm going to be earning some fees on the way down. Now, I know that some of you already know that, but obviously, if it goes out of the range, you're going to be losing some money. Why? So let's say we have one sol and we're purchasing at 143, which would be $286 our total. So if these go out of our range, let's say to maybe 130, we're going to be entirely in Solana tokens. So let's say maybe 2 Solana tokens, right? So as it goes down, we're gonna be in Solana. As it goes up, we're gonna be in USDC entirely. So if it goes out of the range at $130, then we have 2 Solana, and the total would be 260 bucks. So we have less money there. If it goes up, yes, we're gonna have more, but then if you want to recreate your position, then you have to purchase Solana at a higher price. So you need to have that in mind, because sometimes it gets out of the range, and what we need to try to do is make more fees within that range than if it goes up or down. That is our goal, to make money within that range and then close it hopefully on the top. So let's go to memes. I'm gonna show you guys a position that I have here, so you can go to portfolio. This is one that I have open, which is menu, whatever the name is. I opened that position at 6 or 7 a.m. I'm not earning a crazy amount. It is only 20%, but this is because this token is a little bit more established than the others. So that's why. But so far I have made 392 and 0.06, so or almost 0.07, which would be what, maybe $9, more or less. And 392, we can bring the pool, the chart right away just by clicking one of these. Doesn't really matter which one you pick. I just like to use Gecko Terminal. So here we have all the information: liquidity, holders, FDV, market cap, which usually it is just the same. Let's go ahead and do the math. So 392. That means I have also made $9. So in total, I have made more or less $18 from this position, which is not bad for something that I just opened this morning. My total liquidity is 125, and the fees earned is 297. So these are the fees that I have claimed already from other positions that I have taken. You guys probably have seen my post on this project right here. So I've made a significant amount of money, 297. Let's see what else we got to cover. Okay, so when it comes to finding, so I'm gonna show you guys all the process. Let me know if you don't understand something. So first step that I would do is, for me, which is the easiest, is just looking into the Meteora Discord group to see what people are talking about, where they're currently adding some liquidity, and then doing my own review. Another way for you to do it is going to Metlex.io. I added the link in the description. You can go to DLMM. You click on Show All. And then here you would have some options. So we have Puchita, which I made a significant amount of money on that one also. We have Mudeng, we have Popcat, CB, made some money today on that one. Labubu, Giga, many more things. So let's just pick one. We click on it. It will go directly to Meteora. So here we have the information. And by the way, it will open only one pool. So if you want to double check all of them, you can just go and do CB. And you will see there are different pools. So this one has some fees for 2%, this one 2%, this one 5%, so on and so forth. What I really like to see is a good amount of TVL, like a decent amount of TVL, and also volume. I need to see volume on that thing. Because, for example, right here, 693 bucks, not interested, and also there is no TVL. Even this one, 73K, cool, but I would rather just use this one because there is a lot of TVL, a lot of volume on this one. So let's go ahead and pick it. That would be one, but also we have the other one right here, which is another option. So just pick which one you want to play with. Most of the time it will change. So maybe this one gets better, etc. Let me go ahead and bring maybe mood thing. Here's one, so you guys can see TVL. TVL 24 hours volume, TVL versus 24-hour fee. Pick one, and then you guys can create your position. Now, let's say that I want to purchase some and I want to do a 50-50. I would just go to Jupiter. And then purchase a little bit. Let's just say maybe 0.05, 0.5. Then I'm out. Now, one thing you need to take into consideration always, make sure that there is not a huge price impact. Because sometimes you say, oh, this is actually moving pretty good. I think I can make maybe 20, 30% on this. And then there is a price impact of 30%, which doesn't make any sense, right? Because if you're going to be losing 30% just for you to get into a position, doesn't make sense. Just skip it, right? So for example, right here, price impact is currently at 3%. Sometimes if you just reload, here it is, it went to 6%. You can just keep reloading. Now it is looking good. And confirm. And sometimes it might fail when it comes to meme coins. And also Solana, you know that sometimes it gets a little bit slow. So here it is. Have my money so I can start creating my position. Next step that I want to do is looking into Gecko Terminal to see where I want to place my range. You want to switch it right here to be in Solana, so it would be easier for you to know what is the amount. So we have 0.0008. So I know that the price will go around here, which at the moment, not really interested. I think I'm going to push it up to 0.09. So I'm just going to increase that to be around here. Now the top, it looks like it is reaching a resistance level. So I would probably place it somewhere up here at 11. It is at 14. So we'll just drop it. Maybe around this. I'm going to increase this a little bit so it can be half-half, more or less. Then you guys can just click on autofill and it will add the amount of the other token for you automatically. Let me drop it a little bit more just in case. Add liquidity. Let's see if it works. There we go. And now we're going to be earning some fees. By the way, always make sure that you check this if it has the non-refundable one, if it is filled. So let's say it says 0 point something. If it says it, don't allocate money into it. Just create another range. So here I have my position, right? So as people start trading, I'm going to be earning some APR on this, and then I'm just going to be earning some fees. Obviously, the best way would be if this goes up, so I can also get some price appreciation on the token. At the same time, I'm earning some fees. As the price goes down, I'm going to be earning moving, or the token that I'm using. And as the price goes up, I'm going to be earning fees in Solana tokens. Now, as it is filling or using the money in my pool, it will change the colors and also move to the other side. So you guys can see purple would be the other token that is not Solana. And then you guys can see it right here. So the blue one would be Sol. This one would be moving. And as you can see, it is filling. And here I am earning some fees. As simple as that. Then if I want to, I can just claim my fees. Or if I want to close my position, make sure that you close it entirely. Because once you open a position, you need to pay 0.06 Solana, I think it is. Something like $8, but it is refundable. So if you don't close your position, so if you use withdraw liquidity, it will stay there. You can still remove it, but just make sure to close your position so you can remove your $8. Because if not, it will stay there until you click on close position and also claiming your fees. So as you can see, increasing. Here it is. A little bit. Then another thing that I like to do is checking how many transactions are being taken. So for example, for the past 15 minutes, 104, which is pretty good. So that means there are some people trading that thing. So I'm going to be earning some fees on it. 30 minutes, 37, an hour, 6 hours. I can see that there is some activity, some volume, 3.72 million. That is more than enough for me to earn some fees, right? But if I check 15 minutes and I see just one transaction, then obviously I'm not going to be getting involved with that project because I'm not going to be making money from the fees. That position was total one sol. How much fees per day could that generate? So yeah, here you can see the price 143. This obviously fluctuates. It will go up and down as I sell more. So if it goes to the upside, I'm gonna be more in sol, so it will be more. If it goes to the downside, then obviously I'm gonna be losing some money. But yeah, more or less it is one Solana. So how much fees you can generate? To be honest, that is not something that we can really calculate. This one right here, we're not earning that much. I just wanted to show you guys using this because it is the one that is moving the less. But here it says 4.91. So obviously you're not going to be earning that much within one day. Let me see if it can show my amount. Okay, so here's mine, which is 29 or 28, but it will continue to decrease. So the main difference is that 4.91 is for the pool, and then 27, whatever the amount is, it is obviously my range is different from all of the other position right now. So as I said previously, if my position is tighter, I have more money to use on each bean, but obviously it can also go outside of my range. So at the moment it says 25, but as you can see, it will continue to drop. As we get more trading volume, it can also increase. I've opened position where it says that I'm going to be earning 300% within 24 hours. As you can see here, it is increasing. So that means there is more transactions being taken. But there is really no way for you to know exactly how much money you're going to be making. Let's see if I can find something interesting right now on the Discord group. So, okay, so we got some people making money. So let me go ahead and show you guys what the group looks like. Oh, I need to do this. All right. So this is the group. Basically what I do is that I just double check to see what people are playing with, so you can see someone has some liquidity in menu, whatever the name is, Giga. If we go up, we have CB, which I also took a position on that one today. And so Hyro, you guys can see he made 33% in 11 minutes, but that is not from fees. That is because he bought pretty low, and as the price went up, he got also some price appreciation. 242 bucks. It is not from the fees only. Here's another one that is 15 hours, 31% PNL, and then TVL, which is the amount of money he used, 78 bucks. So whenever I see something here, I would just go back, type the name, look for it, For example, we have Giga, whatever the name is. So TVO is 700K, 24 hours volume, pretty good, 1 million. But if we click on it, we can see that the 24-hour fee is not that crazy, right? So you really need to look into what is currently working. Let's see, someone got a position on Satoshi, which sounds like a scam, to be honest. Here's the crazy APR, 106%. But then we can check this. So FDV, this is extremely degen. This is not worth not even $1 million. This is super, super duper risky. And you guys can see how it moves. So your goal would be to purchase around here and try to catch as many fees as possible on the ups, on the down, and just replicate that back and forth, and then try to get out within the same price that you were in. What's up? What's up? But then again, this is extremely risky because these are the type of moves that if you get here, for example, let's say with one soul, it goes down here, then obviously your soul would be worth probably 50%, or your position would be worth 50% less. So we need to have that in mind. So that's why I like to create some type of support and see where I can open my position and then close it just in case something happens. Now, I just started tracking my position and this is from October, so only October, and you guys can see my earnings. So I have 78 here, 96, 13, 59. This is a loss, 15 bucks. 21 profit, $4 negative, $30 negative, $4 profit, 36, 1, 51 negative. And this is because I was super dumb. I left my position open overnight. Don't do it unless you really trust the token, but I lost 51. And then I opened another position and I made my money back, at least. And then $29, this is from today. And CB, I made 5 bucks. But I was using $64. So this is the profits that I have made so far. So definitely you can make some money, but again, it is super risky. So just start the same way that I did, just using 0.1 SOL, which is 14 bucks more or less. Open a position, start with Solana USDC, which moves less, so you can understand when your position gets out of the range, how you can create a tighter range, see how much money you're earning in comparison to creating a wider range. And then from there, you can move to other projects that are paying a little bit more interest or percentage. And then you go degen, just taking one step at a time and trying to make more money. Because if you jump into those type of things, 512, it was at 570 just a second ago, you will get burned. You will. You will. So let's go back to see how my positions are doing. This was the one, yeah, that we added. So here's the amount. Again, this one is not paying anything. I only opened the position just to show you guys, but this is not paying anything. You can see that I tried to play with it, made just a few cents, and I was out. But this is 0.87, which is nothing, and just a little bit of Solana. This one, let's see. So now I am at 400 and a little bit more of SOL. So these are the main differences. Another thing to take into consideration is how the market is looking. Like if it is bloody, if there is a lot of crash, most likely you're not going to be earning that much because people are just selling their Solana, selling Ethereum, selling all the main tokens, and obviously they are not getting involved with memes. Now, once Solana is pumping at 160, 170 bucks, that's when people start moving into meme coins. But whenever things looks bad, it is not really the best time to be adding liquidity. I still do, but with less money. So you can see this one, I made a crazy amount of money, which is 300 bucks, and I think I was using maybe 500, but that was when Solana was pumping. Right now, I'm only getting 17%. But back then, I think it was around 100, 125%, which was pretty crazy. So that's how I actually made the majority of my fees. So hopefully that makes sense. I know I added a lot of information altogether, but hopefully that makes sense so I can, because it is kind of crazy. There is a lot of factors that you need to take into consideration whenever you're doing this. So yeah, so quick summary. Let me go over it again. So yeah, so we have the pools here. Make sure to look into the LMM. And then you look for the pools where you want to add some funds. You guys can also use Metlex to see what is currently hot or where you can add. So we have labubu.sol at 90%. Let's go ahead and check that out. So TVL is at 18,000. Fees 1%, max fee 10%, 24-hour fee 17K, so not bad at all. That means they have made almost the same amount they have in TVL. We go to Gecko just to check the how it is looking. And you can see that it is crashing. So I took one position, I think it was around here, and then I closed my position around here. So that's how I made some profit. Let's go ahead and open a position just for you guys. 95%, even if I lose some money, I just want to show you guys the process. Jupiter, we're gonna buy some. Let me just use 0.1. And you can see there is a price impact because I'm receiving less. Then we go to add position, refresh. Here it is. And let's try to do some charting on this thing, which is pretty hard to do. Wait. Okay. 0. Check the price in Sol. I'm gonna add it around here, around 8. And my top would be 15. Cool. So we would do this around 8 and top around 15. Add liquidity. Confirm. So here's my position. Obviously, I'm not going to be making a lot because I only added 31 bucks just to show you guys how it works. And you can see this is already moving. So that means it is going on the upside at the moment. Yep, you can see it right here. So it went a little bit up. And then the fees are 95%, but let's go ahead and double check what is mine. 182%, 174, and it will continue to go down. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions about this. Again, hopefully that makes sense, but I think the only way you guys will actually understand this is once you start playing with it. Like you can watch 1,000 videos, and until you add some money into it, $10, $20, you will never be able to actually understand it properly. But there is some money to be made. Like if you do get it, if you do get good at it, there's actually some money to be made. Again, profit just in 3 days, I've made $224. And you guys can actually see how much money I have in my wallet. That is the amount. 443 bucks, or a little bit more because I do have two positions. But I started this with 500 bucks, and I already removed since last month around 5 SOL. So not bad at all. I made more money than what I had in my wallet. So yeah, I added the links in the description for Meteora, for Metlex, and also once you before we end this, need to also mention about the airdrop on Meteora. I'm all over the place today. But once you create a position or you close your position, you can just check your history, copy the transaction ID, and then come here and paste it. It will give you the information if you lost some money, if you made some profit. But then, so Meteora points. So they will have an airdrop in the future. It is confirmed, but also it will not be this year. So there is no rush. Don't start adding a crazy amount of money because you want to receive an airdrop. It is not going to be this year. So it will be next year, most likely. But for every dollar that you earn in fees, you're getting 1,000 points. And also for every dollar that you have in TVL, so added into a liquidity or just staking something, per 24 hours, you're getting 1 point. So let's say you have $1,000 stake. Every 24 hours, you're getting 1,000 points. Obviously, the best way for you to gather as many points as possible is just by earning fees. Because if I have $1,000, I need to wait 24 hours just to make 1,000 points. Now, if I just earn $1 in fees, I'm getting 1,000 points. How you choose which meme you want to add liquidity. So first of all is volume. Obviously, as I said, I double check in the Discord group, in the Meteora Discord group, to see if there is anybody talking about it. Second, also if the fees are looking good, that would be another thing. And then volume. So right here, this transactions. So for the past 5 minutes, they have taken 14 transaction, 15 minutes, 46, 30 minutes, 94. So at least I know that they have some volume. And next, I try to do some TA, some charting on it. But again, these are meme coins. There is no way you can really chart something like this unless it has like a month or two. So we can clearly see some levels. So at the moment, it doesn't really matter if I create a level. Most likely it is not going to work that good. But for example, right here, we could have a level. Maybe here we could say there is another level, and obviously here there is another level. So I would try to create my position within that range. But when it comes to choosing it, is APR, how much money I can make on it, volume, and if I see other people making some profit. Also, I look into the liquidity, FDV. I try to pick things that are above 2 million. Age, it doesn't really matter because the earlier it is actually the better because you make more profit. And then also TVL. Because the bigger the TVL is, the less money you're going to be making. Because let's say TVL is $1 million and then you add $100, then obviously you're not really making anything, right? Because you are competing with $1 million. Now, if TVL is $10,000 and then you add $1,000, then you would have 10% of all the fees, more or less. It would be 10%. Hopefully that makes sense. So it would be percentage, how much I can make, looking at the chart to see how it is moving. To be honest, this is one that I wouldn't add money into it because it is only crashing, but I wanted to do it just to show you guys the process. How it is moving, if it is crashing too much or not, if it looks like it is a little, it might go up in price. If I have seen other people talking about it, and then TVO, and obviously the fees generated. Fees is extremely important because if I come here and then I see 24-hour fees is $200, I'm not interested. I'm not going to be making money from $200, right? And not with $32 in liquidity, 300, 500. I'm not going to be able to make some money. Now, if it is 10K, 20K, 40K, obviously now it makes sense. And if TVL is still under 100K, then obviously there is some opportunity for me to make some money. So yeah, you guys can see that right here, I have made a little bit more, but also my total liquidity is now worth a little bit less. So 142, a little bit of so, which is nothing. Let's go ahead and check here how much that would be. 142, so 20 cents. Nothing crazy. But again, I'm only using $30. It is not that crazy. So that is the explanation. What I'm gonna do is maybe do a series or try to do another live stream once the market is up, so you guys can see the difference when the market is down and also the market is up. Because when everything is booming, we can make a pretty crazy amount of money. But right now it is kind of hard. You still can play with it, so you can start learning. So next bull run or whenever the market is moving up, you guys have a little bit more understanding if you start today, obviously. But again, just start small and see how it plays out for you. So yeah, that would be it. Let me know if you have any questions. If you guys are watching this after I publish the live stream, just drop a comment, and as usual, I will answer it. Peace out.